Almost forgot my unicorn sparkle necklace divas. Could have been bad. Hi, welcome back to another video. It's party for you. Only thing that's party for you. For you. Oh my god, okay. Today we're doing a speed build in Strangerville because why not? Because I built a house in Strangerville, so let's look at it, okay? On speed. I mean, so this house is inspired by Strangerville and apparently Clue and also that one Elmo book where all the rooms are different colors. If you know, you know, I guess. And also I looked up an image of a floor plan because, you know, I'm still kind of a noob when it comes to building, or like, I just feel like even though I have hundreds of hours in The Sims and I've built many a structure, I still feel like I'm still getting the hang of it. And maybe any builder would say that. I'm watching myself build. This is fun. Look how fast it's going. Do you want to know why? Because I had so much footage of this build, and believe it or not, I cut out a lot, and we're still looking at 40 minutes raw of the footage is raw, completely uncooked. Actually, I mean, unless you consider editing to be cooking, then I cooked and I'm cooking. But it's going really fast and I'm feeling like I'm not talking fast enough, but obviously that's not how that works. But whenever things are in faster speed, I always feel like I need to talk faster and I don't know, does anyone get that? Anyway, so basically the goal here was to create a Victorian home that looks like it's been standing for many decades and has had lots of people live in it over time. I was inspired by my own experience living in old Victorian houses in New Hampshire when I lived there. All the buildings are just so old and they're so like this house that I built in that they are so not open plan. You know, there are doors, there are hallways, there are walls. You potentially will get lost. I don't know, but even where I live now in Missouri, the houses here have that element too, where they're not super open plan, mostly because they were built so long ago. I fuck with that, and I know a lot of people don't. I saw a TikTok where people are like, low key, those hallways and all the doors would scare me, like the murderer in my home, like where will I hide? Or like, I don't know, wait, but see how that doesn't make sense? Like your open concept is somehow better? I don't know. Anyway, no shade to your open concepts. I'm just hoping that you will keep the concept of closed concept an open concept in your mind. Are you following? Hope so, because I'm not. I'm just speaking and hoping that I'm making sense. But this is the first time I've filmed a video like this, so you can probably tell. So anyway, I made every single room a separate room. You can see the kitchen, the dining room, the living room are all separate, and the layout doesn't really make sense. And you know what? That is what my experience in a lot of homes has been. Sometimes the kitchen is on one end and the living room is on the other, and you just don't have a dining room, hypothetically. Then, you know, sometimes your home is just hallways somehow, and then rooms, and it is still kind of strange, and it's hard to believe that that was ever once normal, because just, I mean, looking at this and seeing how the dining room and the kitchen could so easily connect. Should we reno? Should we do like a modern reno of this house at some point? That could be fun. Idea. I mean, it's going to stay like this for quite a while. I may or may not have created the sim that I plan to have live in this house and play with in the world of Strangerville. Maybe. Stay tuned. My goal also with this house was to use a lot of Strangerville aspects from that pack, because I'm not usually drawn to Strangerville, although the goal here is to explore the pack more, because although I'm not usually drawn to Strangerville like gameplay or theming or the world of Strangerville. I am very interested in its architectural elements and the clothes. The cast, the build and buy and cast of Strangerville is everything to me. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. But like I said, I'm not, it's kind of strange because I'm usually building in like Brindleton Bay or Brindleton Bay, to be honest. But I still use a lot of Strangerville elements. I love Victorian style, and that's where I feel comfortable. So this house was very much in my comfort zone, especially including the every room being a different color thing. I think actually that is basically just how I build and how I decorate in The Sims and how I make Sims. I choose a color, or it's sort of just like, there's always a color that looks right on Sims. I don't know if y'all experience this too, but I'll just be like, oh my god, just like blue. This Sim is so blue. And that's why like Tiny Town, the, what's it called? Mint and oh my god, I know it. No, for sure. Not So Berry. The Not So Berry challenge, which I adore. I have done that on my own time. I'm open to doing it on this channel, maybe, if you guys are interested. So, but yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. Cue that one Trisha quote.
You smoke pot, and that's cool. No hate. But maybe it's getting to your brain.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a little bit of pot brain.
Okay, let's talk about this build a little bit more.
And that's cool.
Here we're in the dining room. The dining room's color is pink with an accent of green. I really like the way this turned out. In fact, I'm very proud of this build. Oh, that's what I was saying, was that even though it is in my very much in my comfort zone and like this is the kind of stuff that I build, I called this the clue coated cove. I always like to take the word, whatever word is in the title that the Sims team gave to whatever plot. So this one was called like Secret Cove or some whatever. And you know, there's like, I'm trying to think, something hideaway. I'm totally blanking, but
and that's cool.
You know what I mean. But I'm nervous, okay? Okay, there's a lot going on. And guess what? It's only been like 8 minutes. And this video is gonna be 40 minutes long, so we have a lot to go. So I mean, I hope y'all are cozy and have a snack and drink water. So cute. So I keep pointing out that this like house specifically is different colors and blah blah blah, but I think that I will probably be doing that a lot in the future. So I don't know why I'm saying it's like special. However, I really leaned into it in this house and I wanted it to look really stark, where you're like, oh, each of these rooms is a different color scheme. I really like it. I'm very happy with the way it came out. Something I learned while editing this footage is that when I build, bro, I am jumping around. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. You will see that happening. I'm like putting stuff in different rooms and then I start on that room because I get inspired by some object I found that I'm like, oh, I want that to go in the second bedroom upstairs or something. And then I start building the second bedroom, even though I was just working on the dining room or something. You know what I mean? Speaking of this dining room, it took me forever to get a good rug, and I'm still not like completely sold on the rug that I chose, but I liked the texture that it brought in because it's sort of like rattan or some such material. But I am jumping around this bitch, and I look at every single swatch for an item. So when you see me doing the swatch, like clicking through and it's happening a lot to one object, just know that I edited out actually probably more than half of me looking through the swatch for that object, and I left in like 30%. I had to do something. I had to trim something because this is a pretty big build and I spent a lot of time on it. You know, I took my time building this. I built it over like a month and a half of just, you know, sessions here and there. I had a really great time. I just wanted to just build, just do it and be in my comfort zone for my first speed build. And like, I'm doing this Strangerville project, and I thought this was perfect. So I don't know, I'm feeling good about it, I guess. And I don't usually feel that good about my builds, but I don't know, this one was different. And then we have the red living room with green accents. I think I did okay because you're like thinking, you're like, oh, I'm gonna make this pink and green dining room in a Victorian house for Strangerville. And it's like, okay. It's like, okay. But when you have those curtains, bro, is that CC? I believe that's CC. I'm very much like, I haven't been playing The Sims in a while. Obviously, it's been a couple months since my last upload. Life has been really, really challenging. I won't go into it too much now, but you know, I don't know, just because this is like a Sims speed build and I want to have a good time. Just to say that it's been a minute, and so I'm kind of like a little bit rusty on The Sims and my packs and what is CC and what isn't, which is tea, y'all. The recent packs that The Sims have been putting out, and the team is just popping off. Like popping off. I am so impressed and satisfied by what has been put out recently, and I will give my money to EA and The Sims. Don't worry, I will give them my money. It doesn't matter if it's shitty, except for Batu. I have not bought Batu, but pretty much everything else. Like I'm a sucker for The Sims, and I mean I love a lot of the packs. I think they did a great job with like seasons and cats and dogs and stuff and whatever. It just was really kind of disappointing and weird for a while, and I definitely have some gripes about how so much of this that is being put into the game now, 10 years later, should have always been in the game. I cannot even fathom it. And then never mind, that's like, never mind the normal stuff that should have been in there, like, I don't know, the skin tones of humans. That's possible because like this is a game where you simulate life and you have humanoid simulations and you know what I mean? And like the hair and stuff, and like not having correct textures, spending clearly much less time on the hair textures of black and brown people than white people. I have my fair share of hairstyles that I can get, even in base game. Clay hair or not, okay? Yeah, I have plenty. I have so much representation in this game. Okay, I really don't even remember like where I was going. What was I saying? Oh, I was kind of talking about the packs and how, but like seasons. Shouldn't you just have seasons? It's a life simulation game. Some places, not naming names, South Carolina, don't have seasons, and it has this energy, this evil. It has a dark energy about it. A seasonless place. I'm sorry, not to yuck your yum, your seasonal yum, but it's yucky for me. Yuck. I don't like being in those places. Anyway, here we are in our blue kitchen with brown and green accents, I guess, but brown. I remember there being a lot of brown, so maybe it's more of a brown kitchen with blue accents. I don't know, but it is a kitchen, and do I have anything to say about it? Oh my god. Oh, so I'm watching it back, right? And there's so many times, well, I'm trying not to watch it back when I was editing. I was like, wait, how do I do this? Because I wanna, you know, this is like my live reaction, sort of. If I was actually reacting to the video and not just talking about like whatever. But there were so many times where I saw myself put down an object or what have you, and I was like, ooh, that looks so good. And then it's not what I chose, and I chose something else that like looks fine. I think it looks great. I mean, I stand by my choices, but you'll see here in a minute, I put this red pot on the counter, and I think that pop of color, the red, and like it just looked so good. But then I was like, maybe I didn't choose that because when I'm building, did you see it? I thought that looked really good. It came and went really fast because this is in 700 times speed. Maybe even 750, I'm not sure, but it's going pretty fast because I had to. We would be here for much longer than 40 minutes. Not the worst thing. Maybe I'll do a live sometime where we just like watch me build in real time or something, or I guess maybe it would just be better for me to just build in real time when I'm live. I've been tossing around the idea of starting to stream on YouTube. Let me know if you're into that. As opposed to Twitch, where I have an established stream. I haven't streamed there in a while. Like I said, life. I miss streaming. I love it. I want to work it into my routine. I want to interact more and like be able to chat, and yeah, I just enjoy streaming. But I really enjoy video making and editing, and I haven't edited in a while, and when I started to, I was like, oh, I love this. I forgot how much I love to go like press C and then you cut it and then you do shift delete so that it does the ripple delete. Like, okay, love that. You know, the kitchen is coming off a little green right now. I'm experimenting with some wallpapers. I don't remember what I landed on. I liked what we had, to be honest. Where is this going? Oh, did I land on brown? See, I don't remember. This was probably Thanksgiving that I recorded this part, and it's almost April. So yeah, did I go, is that green? It is green. Okay, so it's a green and brown kitchen because that looks nice with the countertop, which is like a green marble. And I had a lot of fun thinking about some of the ugly stuff that you see in old homes that is very, oh my God, red flowers. Did I stay with those? I hope so. I hope so. I probably did because I love a pop of color, and I'm sure past Catherine was like, pop of color. Oh, I like to be realistic, right? And so I had a lot of fun thinking about what kind of ugly shit would be in this fucking house, because sometimes you're just like, I cannot believe, like, this bathroom is pink, which is a vibe, you know what I mean? But you're just like, clearly this was painted like 100 years ago, and it was like probably like fashionable. And now it's just like, why is this bathroom pink? But honestly, we should have more pink bathrooms, so I gotta work on that thought a little more. I do think I kept those red flowers, and they look really nice. They look really nice. Oh, I continued the hallway into the kitchen. Interesting. So I hope I reflected some realism in this build. It has not been lived in, and I don't know that it looks lived in necessarily, but when I move the sim in, hopefully we can make it a little bit more like a little bit more lived in. I don't actually know. What would I do? Like put clothes around or something? Just like make it look messy? So let's be honest, it's probably just gonna look like this forever. Unless we reno, which I'm very interested in doing, and seeing how I can make this modern and maybe do some sort of millennial flip. Or I could do a nice modern flip, or I could do what I want. See, there's so many things. There's so many options. I love it. We just moved on to upstairs to the white bathroom. I don't remember what the accents are, but I do know that one of the bedrooms is a white bedroom. So I did 2 white rooms, like almost, well, no, the downstairs bathroom is black, and I just went with whatever felt right in that room. I just go with what feels right and what looks like maybe somebody 100 years ago would have done, or some landlord. Sorry, that was redundant. You know, they did like the landlord special over things and painted over stuff, and they were like, let's do this horrible shade of green or blue or something, and they're like, that looks good. And how did you thought that looked good? Like, no, you didn't. What are we doing? Don't you want to rent this place? What's going on? Anyway, then they act like, you know, they're like God, they're like saving you, and you're so lucky to live in this place. I don't know, but you know, there is art and decorations up in this place that I suppose has been put there by the person renting it. So I gotta get my story straight here, because I don't know that this art and stuff matches this sim that I made, but you know, I'm still working on it, this project and everything. But the house is done the way it is. Right, that makes sense. What do I mean by that? The house is done. I don't know, it's
no hate.
There will be changes that I'm going to make for the series that I'm going to make with this house and the sim that I made. You know, I went to the bathroom, took a quick break, and my energy just totally dropped off. I'm filming this right before I'm gonna eat lunch, so I'm just sort of in the like in between breakfast, haven't had lunch yet. I don't know, just kind of crash where my sativa's waning, and so is the caffeine from my morning coffee, my 1 cup of morning coffee. So I'm just kind of like, ugh. And I need my pick-me-up again. So after this, I'll have some lunch and hit up just some hybrid, and yeah, I'll be good as new. I mean, I'm definitely like fine. It just kind of, then sometimes it all crashes at once, and this is also like energy expending time for me. So yeah, I don't know if you notice a drop off, that's what happened, but maybe I'll get a second wind. Oh, just that figuring out that downstairs hallway was pretty tricky for me, and it made me kind of want to rage quit at some points. Not like rage, but just I had to step away from it sometimes, and just I don't know, I just like couldn't figure it out, and I felt like it all looked, and I was starting to like judge myself knowing that I would be posting this, but I persevered, and I think it came out fine. Like it looks fine, it's great. And if you want to use this house and you download it and then you don't like the weirdness I did somewhere, you can always change it. What I do like though is this bedroom that I'm currently working on. I knew as soon as I saw the shape of this room, like how it came out, and with this turret area, I don't know, I just kind of saw it in my head, and I knew I wanted to use this wallpaper, and I wanted it to be really bright and airy and just have really good vibes and not feel too heavy like a lot of the other rooms do, just with the dark wood tones and, you know, dark colors that I tend to gravitate toward, especially in building. But, you know, I can make a light colored room as well. I still chose dark wood tone for that side table. But I don't know, I like it. I like this room is accented more by darker colors than the other way around. But yeah, I'm happy with the way it came out. I like the purple rug. I love thinking about the color wheel, and so if I have a green room, then usually the accents I do are purple and pale. And I'm watching this and I'm realizing also that I did not keep the sim that I had made in mind for any of these rooms, and I do believe I made her before. Yeah, I did. I made her first and then built the house. So I don't know what room she's gonna have, but that's kind of what I want. I want her to come into this house and she probably doesn't feel it. I don't know that how do I put this? I guess you'll see with the project I have in mind and the series that I'm gonna make with her in this house. I think that it makes sense that she doesn't match the house very well. That's all I'm gonna say. I remembered a thought that I wanted to continue from earlier, which was that since I'm sort of rusty with The Sims right now and haven't been playing or even really keeping up with like the drops. I mean, I know there's like businesses and hobbies, and then the Life and Death pack came out a little bit ago. Some kits, ones made with these seed creators, which have just been so good, and I really hope they're getting the bag that they deserve. Don't forget that if you do buy those packs, to use their code when you purchase it, because I think they get a little kickback, and then, you know, just feels good to do. Here's another oddly shaped room. Love an oddly shaped room. And there's a little cutout in this room as well. You can see it's only one tile. So trying to remember what I did over there. It's probably a, you know, storage item with clutter on top. I don't know. I really try to like mix it up a lot. I love that furniture piece so much, and I felt like it really fit in this house, so I think I used it more than once, but sue me. It looks really good in the hallway. I can't remember if we've seen that yet, but probably. There's another feature that I add to this room that I really like. I really like the way it came out. I did a lot of rejigging in this room, and I remembered the other bedroom that we just finished, the kind of pinky browny room. Initially it was like green and yellow, and the layout was much different, but it just was not working for me, and that was another one I had to step away from that bedroom for a little bit. The inspiration wasn't coming, you know, with that like blue and yellow and green and purple room. So here is, okay, that's what I was talking about, was the fireplace in this bedroom that I add in, and I really like just the little seat there. Like, there's no TV in this room. I don't know. I really like this room. It has a little balcony. I'm just really happy with the way it turned out. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but I did put a radiator in every room. That's another, you know, I mean, I can only really speak to the houses in New England because that's what I have experience with. But, you know, like rental housing and apartments and stuff. Like, if it's not from, I don't know, if it's from before the 60s, it has a radiator in like every room, whether they work or not. Usually not. The dorm I grew up in had a big radiator in it, and I'm still kind of convinced it didn't work, but I mean, no shade, it's fine, and I was definitely fine, but it was just kind of confusing because we didn't really know where else the heat would come from. But anyway, I digress on that one. Okay, yeah. So, like the side table, I really like the just little decorations that I put above the bed. in this room. This shelf object, gorgeous. I'm loving using that. I'm trying to work some greenery into the room because it's very white. It's very one note. I think it comes across really nice. Like, I don't think it feels too stale or too beige mom. It does have like TikTok clean girl vibes, and that's what I wanted for this room. The room with the turret was supposed to feel a little bit more younger. I did initially put a curtain thing, like, you know, those like meshy curtains. I don't know, I used to have one when I was younger, and then when I was an adult, even you know, like a canopy. It had a canopy above it, but I felt like it made it a little too young. Just, I don't know, but then I kept thinking, well, why am I assigning like age to this object? Anyway, I didn't really think it fit the room ultimately, which is hard to believe, right? Because the canopy should work for every room, and I think that in real life it does work for every room. I would believe that. In fact, I should probably get a canopy here, but I guess the reason I got rid of it was bugs. It was very kind of scary. Here we are in the turret again, this time on the first floor. This is off the living room, the red living room, behind a secret door. Not so secret door. Yeah, just a little greenhouse area. This room will see some changes when we play in this house. This is sort of a Blue reference, you know, having like the conservatory, and I don't know, you'll see. If you know, you know. You can probably figure out where I'm going with that, but that's all I'll say. I tried to edit it out of the beginning, but now you know, I guess. It's not my super short show, but now you know. But I'm just layering plants in here. I love to do this. I love this vibe. I love finding tables and like picturing myself in this room. What's the vibe? It's probably like a little bit humid. I doubt there's like too much like ventilation to this room and stuff. And you know, oh, I wanted a water feature, so I did fit one in, but I was really trying to make those fountains work, but you can't really. So yeah, I guess I kind of want a smaller water feature object. That would be nice. The rug I chose, I think I'm more happy with the rug I initially chose. The curtain situation in this room was interesting. Let me know what you think specifically, if you have any thought. If you like it, if you hate it, you know, whatever. But so I initially have these curtains, right? And they fit so well and they look nice on the top like that. And then I changed to these curtains that are just like pulled down, and I thought there's no way the curtains would be like up so high. I don't know. It just felt right to put them like halfway down. But I was like, no, I feel like that's a thing, to put it only on like the lower half of the window. So just let me know. Or if it looks weird. We are nearing the end. There's like a minute left, not even, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is it. This is the house. I can't believe it took me this long to build, but it did. We've reached the end of the video, this very long video. If you watched this long, thank you. I'm thrilled that you did. This is so fun for me. I have so much fun making these, and I'm really excited to hear any of your thoughts. Constructive criticism, I would love. Let's start a dialogue, okay? I'm open to a dialogue about pretty much anything. Look out for future videos in this project. The next episode of Tiny Town is gonna be a really good one. It's chocked full. It's just excitement on excitement with a cherry on top, and I hope that you're looking forward to it. It will be out very soon. I truly hope that you like this house. So I'm just interested to hear and to learn, because I would really like to improve and be the best Sims builder that I can be. So yeah, thanks for helping me achieve that. Anyway, I will see you in the next one. Please take care of yourself. By the way, it turns out that I was Catherine after all. Bye.